Last time on Heroes Play.
Yeah, here comes the death.
Catches you in the side, you start bleeding profusely, and the shock of it causes you to fall over. He loses sight of her in the thick fog.
She totally wants me now.
You will die, pointy ears.
Shocking grasp. Run like hell.
Blood spurts out of his nose and he falls over dead.
He ate shit.
Alaros, you're up.
Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Alright. 5, 10, 15.
You're
I come running out of the fog, shocking hand. Bitch slap.
Drive by shocking.
It was a run by fruiting.
Oh my god, this has to work. Come on.
Oh,
16.
holy shit.
DM has to check.
You strike him in the shoulder.
I'm kind of picturing Alaros just comes flying out of the fog and just like lands on him and shocks his face for 5 points of damage.
Did you just slap me? Yeah, I did.
Alaros lands atop him.
With a huzzah
Right over the
Huzzah!
bugbear's face. There is the smell of charred flesh and burning fur as he yells into your hand and falls to the ground underneath you. He is quite dead.
Well,
with a burnt
shit.
handprint
I stand
on
over
his
him.
face.
I'll have what she's having. And I step back.
I was going to say, a hand just pops out of the fog for a high five.
Yeah, this moment.
Fist bump.
I'm just going to slowly fade into the fog. So it's just awkward enough.
And that's going to take weeks to get the smell of burning bugbear out of your hand, right?
The goblins,
going to
completely
study it.
unaware of the fall of their companions.
Is that what you call it? Studying
Zio.
your hand.
What is your,
It is, in fact.
I grab the shield
okay.
and I run
No reactions.
to the barn as
Alrighty.
fast as possible.
You use your manipulate to grab the shield, use your action to put it on, and then make your move, which will probably at least get you down to the bottom floor of the inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
gonna
ready.
Hey! Yeah, everything's
As
dead.
the fog just parts, it's just dead bodies. Where were you?
Guys, why didn't you wake
Corbin.
me up?
You're up.
Oh,
You
good.
need your sleep.
That's there for an hour.
Stab the axe.
So you stab at the goblin.
No, I don't. We don't even have to roll a second one. No, we're just,
Was it? You might roll a one.
shit.
Yep.
No, 2 1s, 11.
Nope. All right. You stab at the fog. The fog does not appreciate it. The goblin attempts to stab at
When you stab at the fog stabs back.
the goblin, not appreciating the spear point that keeps on trying to stab at him, winds up.
Okay.
His fist comes forward, as does the scimitar, which goes right past you.
Would you two stop throwing your swords?
That's not
That's how this works. That's not how any of this works.
You hear a schluck as the scimitar strikes the other goblin in the chest,
Not Swift
and
Nipples!
he goes ass over tea kettle and dies.
Swift nipples through it.
Yep.
No.
That
This
gets
is Swift
added.
Nipples, Swift
Yeah.
Nipples down.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
He already threw his sword up there.
Up there in the hayloft somewhere,
So
Yeah.
Swift
sticking
Nipples.
out of a bale of hay.
that would
Swift
be
nipples.
our second time an enemy killed either themselves
Ooh.
or a compatriot.
And it was a named enemy.
No,
R.I.P.
no, he
Swift
wasn't.
Nipple.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Same with Swift.
2017 to
But no, his
2017,
name was
Swift Nipple.
Yeah.
Here lies Swift Nipples. He wasn't quick enough.
Actually,
His
the
nipples
note
were
I have
not
for
quite
him,
swift enough.
Swift Nipples, a lousy goblin with bad hearing.
And now dead.
And Butterfingers.
And Butterfingers!
The goblin that threw the scimitar
Butterfingers. That's
Go
not
ahead.
his name.
Translation?
He's a Lady Gaga.
Shit.
fan.
Nadia yells out, "He's running!" As he will use a bonus action
Oh, yes.
to disengage.
Mother.
1, 2,
No.
4,
Yes, leave the barn.
6. And he will get to there.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's within run by distance.
And
You take
it
the
is
mobility feat.
Nadia's turn.
And they keep running. Because I don't get the attack of opportunity. Oh,
Nadia
yeah.
will move to
Why I
here
keep doing it. But doesn't it give me an extra 10 feet of movement?
and feels around for the guy lying on the ground to see whether or not he's still breathing.
I want to take skill so I can know everything.
Till, you're up. Till runs after the goblin
And step.
and stabs at him with his rapier.
Aw. 21.
You will strike with your rapier.
9 damage.
You
Jesus.
run after the goblin, catching up to him, and ram your rapier all the way to the hilt in the back of his neck. There is
Oh.
now 3 feet of steel coming out of the front of his throat.
Well, shit.
We got him.
I pat him on
And
the
the goblin
head
dies.
and then force him off it.
It's okay.
Nice try.
So you come running out of the inn. Everybody gets
Dramatic
100.
poses.
Everybody gets 100 experience points.
Shit.
Note to self: kill more bugbears. People love it.
Quick, everybody in
Such
the
a good
fog.
show.
Everybody into the fog. Dramatic pose. Fog goes away.
Nah, it's still there.
It's,
Until I
it's there
dismiss
for
it.
an hour.
It's there for an hour.
You can dismiss it.
I can.
Do you dismiss it so Nadia can
After we,
check wounded people? And
maybe after we make a heroic pose.
It's gone.
everyone poses heroically except for Zio, who is stuck outside the barn looking in. Guys,
I am gonna drag the dead goblin into the
Into the
barn.
barn.
No sense in having it just be like sitting out on the ground.
I have a
That's to
surprised
cause
look
more
on my
panic.
face as the fog dissipates and I'm looting the bugbear.
What?
I picture you more like Smeagol, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but the weird thing is I dismissed it. I knew it was happening.
Shit, it's happening faster than I thought.
why do you have a surprised look on your face?
Because it's funny.
No, but again, this works. You're like Smeagol. Gollum dismissed it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I have another personality. You know what his name is? Brian.
He was originally named Brain,
Just kidding,
but
just kidding.
he misspelled it, so it's Brian.
His name is Steve.
So yes, she does report that the poor soul on the ground is indeed quite dead.
Is it the missing head that confirmed it?
Wow.
Well, you know, had to check, make sure.
He could have only been mostly dead.
The
You know,
I suppose
we
that's a thing.
live in a world where magic exists. Within a certain amount of time, people can be saved.
You may have heard of this,
She's not
seeing
that
how
strong.
you're, you know.
Shocking
I'm just
grasp.
saying. It's worth checking.
Side of the face.
the remaining caravanners, all except for the old woman, are coming down the ladder to thank you guys for again saving their lives.
All in a night's work.
They thought they would be safe here in town.
This
One of them
place
wants to
sucks.
go. One of them wants to go and have a word with the town manager.
Yeah. Where is the patrol?
Yeah, seriously, where are the guards? Seriously,
Did we not just
Seriously.
have the Baron just set a patrol? It's like,
They were
oh,
killed
we
by the
missed those.
centaurs.
Killed by unicorns and centaurs.
They'll only come by the road. That's all you have to look
never
at.
to be seen again.
Because the unicorns ate them. That's what they do. Nobody knows that. The unicorns actually eat corpses.
We are the Banana King.
They're the pigs of the
Nadia
natural
tells you
mafia.
she's going to go get her
have
her healing kit from her pack, and she'll help with your wounds.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit down right here.
You look like you took a couple hits.
You look like you didn't. Ow.
No, I feel great. I'm
Yeah.
very well rested.
It's a nice
and-
I feel
onesie.
amazing, actually. I
Yeah.
feel alive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a nice onesie you're wearing.
Thank you.
The
Thank
feeding
you.
pajamas.
Till got it for
Pardon
me.
me. Is that a
I
rabbit?
just forgot what I wanted
Yeah.
to ask.
Why didn't you tell me you were wearing that one? I'm wearing the same exact footy
As
pajamas.
he opens the robe.
Nadia takes a step, pauses. They were saying something about a book. I don't really know.
The old woman had one.
Wow, you're.
What?
I know buses aren't a thing in a fantasy world, but you definitely just threw her under the cart.
Oh, maybe she shouldn't have tried to pretend to be a wizard. Okay, that
Tossed
was
her
a
under the
lie.
wagon.
Okay, that's called karma.
Well, he's the one with books.
I
so-
sit and wait for Nadia.
That's
Nadia
not-
continues on her way to go get her healing kit.
Bugbear hit me.
We
Corbin
should.
sits and
Gonna
quotes
There's
check
no
out the
like.
glasses.
I have a charisma
Gonna
of
look
10,
through
so
the
there's no
stalls.
diplomatic way of approaching
Stalls
this.
and tape
well-
horses mostly.
I have a charisma of 17, so I think we can maybe work this out.
You, old woman.
I also have a 17.
That's what I do. He has to fix that.
She looks a little bit worriedly at the elf.
I will.
I just bugbear guts. Sorry.
I will head. She's still up in the loft, right?
Yes, she did not come down.
Oh, that's some of my charred flesh.
I will, stowing my sword away. I will head up to talk to her.
Okay. She sees you coming. She doesn't really try to run, but she does go to sit down, pulls her one of the sleeping mats against the wall and sits on it.
Ready in action for firebolt if she runs.
Holy shit.
So,
Hand was on the head. Hand
Sorry.
was on the head.
Yes, Will had his hand on his head when he was speaking for not speaking for Alaros.
Sorry.
A time-honored, well, like year-old tradition of I am speaking out of character.
which you
Thank
can't currently
Bill
see,
Butcher. But
you know.
Okay.
I will sit down
okay,
across from her,
How close?
on the other bed.
Good enough.
I'm going to give
Yep.
her space. First, I'm going to ask her, "How are you holding up? Must be rough. This is the second life-threatening situation you've been in the course of 24 hours."
brief description. She is definitely an older woman, gray-haired. She's not like blind in one eye or anything, or really missing teeth, but she's definitely well into her 60s, 70s, somewhere in that range. The dress she's wearing is common material, but well made. The book that was mentioned, she's still holding on to quite tightly. She looks at you and goes, "I'm doing well. The last couple of days have not been enjoyable, but yes.
Putting it lightly.
At
What
this
am I-
point, I'm holding the bugbear's mouth open and like studying the teeth.
1, 2.
I go looking for Tim.
7.
At that note, I go looking for him. I'm fucking nope.
What the? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm just.
Whatever
I'm-
you're doing.
I'm going to be frank and upfront with you. One of my companions heard one of the some of the goblinoids talking about a book, and we noticed you were clutching yours pretty tightly.
She nods. This book belonged to my husband. It is all that's left after our house burned down.
Maybe he was a wizard.
Stop it!
If you don't mind me asking, what is it?
She looks at you for a moment. Looks at you and sees that Zio has joined you, the young man also holding a sword and shield.
Oh, I've stowed the sword by now. Walking around her fucking place.
And she does seem more than a little bit aware. She seems to be... There's a clever look in her eye for a second. My husband was the wizard Peristan.
The fuck did I say?
Enough.
All right. What do I know about Peristan?
Give me a history check.
I'm not measuring its head.
Or Arcana, whichever is higher.
Start skinning it.
No.
15?
Get the measurements with my tape
Which
measure.
Arcana or history?
History.
History.
What? I'm studying
The name
it.
doesn't ring any
I've never
particular
seen one
bell
before.
in history, but which unfortunately that does not help you.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I attempt an Arcana if I'm right there?
Sure, you're right there. You're close enough.
I mean, I'm not great at this.
You're not,
but-
down the first floor, going through a bugbear's mouth.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
What? I'm studying it. It apparently only has 2 nostrils. I assumed that it would have 3.
It does have fangs.
Yeah, no.
You should check to see if there's poison in them.
Not poisonous.
That's a good call. I take out the fang and
He
see if it's all it
was
is.
a man of magic, of arcane power. He died 20 years ago.
During the war.
This book is his last journal before he left.
I like to read.
It's taken me some time. You see, the book doesn't... Most of what's in here doesn't make much sense to me. My training was not in the arcane arts at all. I was a seamstress.
Startled scream as it twitches, punch him with shocking grasp. Sorry.
Everyone looks in your direction.
It moved.
Nadia sighs.
If you're
Shakes her
gonna
head.
if you're gonna examine something, like know some anatomy first.
What's
I
the foot thing
apologize.
bothering you?
Twitching with the spear, just like nudging it.
me to do?
Corbin, you
Kill it
regain
again?
7 hit points as Nadia finishes bandaging you. He disappeared in something called the Forest of Lythis. Now, it's taken me some time of research of my own, but I did manage to find out that the Forest of Lythis is called the Howling Woods. Doop, doop, doop. These days.
History check.
You don't know. You don't hear any of this.
Oh, I
You're
don't hear
downstairs.
it. Oh, I thought that would.
History check.
Okay.
No, no. You're busy with your bugbear.
Nope.
Nope. Well, what was the total?
You're just mad because you're a
The
fighter and
total
have
was
no
a
skills.
5.
You've heard of the Howling Wood.
I know it's
But
a
that's
place.
Yes.
Yes.
You know it's a thing.
Falls up.
If you want to call the lore keeper over, so maybe he can identify a few terms.
The
that's
keeper of
fine.
lore.
Yep.
She continues. I came as far as I could. Our house burnt down recently, you see, and most of his things were lost. Most of my things were lost as well, but what little money I had, I was able to buy my way into the caravan. This was always my destination. Granted, I wasn't sure what I would do once I got here, but now, given the circumstances, and that fate seems to have brought mighty champions, perhaps I could persuade you to find my husband, or at least his remains.
Well,
Oh.
hopefully more than that.
Zio
But-
definitely perks up at that point, by the way, and is like kind of leaning on Till a little bit, listening intently, like curious. Not alarmingly, but like
The sound of adventure calling to you.
If you would be willing to go to the Howling Wood and find him, I would... She holds up her hand. I would give you this ring.
Ooh.
And the ring that she's wearing is silver with a ruby inlay on it. It's very nice. You may make an Arcana check.
Fucking side quests.
Nope.
It's very nice. It's pretty.
Go ahead. Okay,
Pick up my journal. Does not have a breath weapon.
that's a 14.
Are you sure?
14.
It doesn't have the
very
glands
pretty.
to support it.
Okay. I lean in a little more at that then. Pretty.
It's worth a great deal, I assure you.
Shut up and take my money.
My name, by the way, is Serapina.
I'm gonna need that one more time.
Sarah Bina, wife of Paristan, the wizard.
I would be happy to do this.
Till it's over.
I look at you.
It was both like directed at you and her, like not really at anyone in particular, really.
Again, I know you. I know one of the things that made you perk up about it. I am more than willing to help. I don't see a reason that you need to give up something so precious to you, though.
It would be worth it to know for sure whether or not he's still alive.
The quest does not begin until you hit yes.
I have exhausted this study when I stand up from the bugbear and walk away.
Yes, the bugbear does not have a breath weapon.
Nope.
It does not have any retractable claws.
No. And apparently, it's just a giant fucking goblin, which is stupid.
It is a giant, furry goblin.
I am disappointed.
Not even any hooves. Not even any hooves.
No.
Yeah. So
hooves.
what's up
No
with the
hooves.
centaur?
So why are they called bears?
See, I was ready to pay her to be like, oh, well, that sucks that you got to be here now, so here's some money so you can have a start. And then she's like, oh, I'll pay you to do this shit. Like,
By the way, you also found 19 silver pieces
No, I keep those.
on him. Go ahead. Add it.
doesn't tell anybody. What a dink.
Yeah, well, I seem to recall you
Well-
have done stuff like that before, so...
Oh, look, I
Me-
found a spellbook.
Me and my young friend here are certainly willing to help. We will need to talk to the others. We haven't worked together till today, so
Yeah.
I feel
Yesterday
uncomfortable
now,
speaking.
actually.
Oh, yes. Time's an illusion.
I don't know illusions.
Oh dear God.
Illusion?
I've
What?
taught you metaphor.
Who's using magic?
It's a figure of speech.
The universe is.
I can buy more apple brandy.
So I will need to check and see whether they are interested in joining us. But there's not much we can do tonight.
No,
So
certainly.
Other than more drinking.
Hey. Not without me.
If it's okay with you, I'd like to offer her our room. Or at least my bed in our room.
no, I agree. I wasn't planning on leaving the
Yeah.
stables tonight.
Yeah.
Especially considering there's corpses
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
no longer really a nice place for them.
Hey, time for a bonfire.
There's a lot of hay. We shouldn't do that.
The
Unless we
doors
light
are
the whole
suddenly
thing on
pulled
fire.
even wider open
Yeah,
as
can we
the
not burn the building down?
town guard finally show up.
It's about freaking time.
You are late.
But
Looks at you,
better than never.
points to himself. Armor. And
Yes, I could just do that with a snap of my
and
fingers.
he
Sorry.
goes, wizard!
pointy.
Otherwise,
And
Excuse me.
I would shout from the balcony.
You heard me. Pointy-eared.
I would shout from the balcony. Yeah, well, your armor probably cost that person their life.
Boom. That's
yeah,
what the wizard
I didn't
says.
put on armor. I came here anyway.
Same. I mean, I grabbed a shield.
This is the first time
Pay no attention to
we've been
bandages
dealing
on.
with an authority that's not in a good position for them for us. So this is the first time it's been. I'm pretty anti-authority. My rough life as a half elf in this realm, and just my general belief on the way things are run. Yeah, not too pleased with either side.
Oh yeah. How do we know? The guard looks at you. Says, "How do we? How do we know you pointy ears didn't bring these monsters here with you? I
Because
bet you did. I bet."
and
One of
then,
his a couple of his companions pull him back. It's like, dude, did you see what they did to the kobolds?
oh,
As
should I,
he's over
should I-
there skull
should I
fucking
pull
them.
rank? I think I should pull rank.
Both eyes.
He doesn't speak for us, says the leader of the patrol. He has a big mouth, and they set about.
There's apparently a very racist one as well.
You're not
Tempers can
helping.
flare.
Not helping.
Okay. I just go off to do something else.
There's
I've
another
gotten distracted.
goblin to go look at over there.
I know what a fucking goblin is.
Well,
I don't need
compare
to look
this
at it.
whole-
Well, you know what? No, I did. Who's the scholar? Not you.
You know what?
Not you.
What would you do? You should make a comparison between the two bugbears to see if there's any correlating similarities.
You can make a
fair.
compare and contrast chart out of their bodies.
Exactly.
What?
You just line their bodies up. Compare
This is
and
way
contrast.
too much effort.
The sun's not even up yet.
So, near clash between the local militia and the group.
Right on track.
I just met these guys. I don't fucking know what's going on.
I'm more the ones to talk.
I'm aware. I back away.
As
I know.
As you change position from like leaning on me to like, whoop,
Okay.
Who is this man?
didn't
I
see
know.
you there, sir.
I know from experience because this is not the first time he's done it.
No, won't be the last either.
Nope.
That guard is still muttering, by the way.
Dissonant whispers.
Don't do it.
I don't have
No,
that.
I'm not that.
I don't have that spell.
And don't mock him viciously either.
I just lean against the side of the barn and just smile at him.
You
Well,
can
I don't
learn
need to.
kisses.
I don't need to mock him viciously. I can just speak the truth.
I'm doing that right now.
That
so.
worked pretty well.
I have
So-
to keep up the bluster. I have no spell slots left.
The old lady looks at Till. You'll need the journal to follow his trail. And she does hand you the journal.
Do 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 do.
Quest accepted.
Quest just popped up. New quest accepted.
Ooh, poke it with the quarterstaff.
Hold it one hand over my head.
Detect
What is
magic.
this?
Who put the sign above my head?
Why
Why
is
did it
there
say
a-
quest accepted?
Yes or no?
Join party.
Yes.
Scream, the gods have decided my fate, and run out of the barn.
The sign follows you.
No! It's inescapable. Poof. What do you need? Poof. What do you need?
A bigger group.
Yeah.
What do you do from this point?
Well,
Start in the morning.
yeah.
Later in the
For
morning.
starters.
Yeah, later, because
Maybe a nice brunch.
Inside of the book is a journal. Sorry, inside the journal is a copy of the local map that
Okay.
does have a path laid out into the Howling Wood.
I say we follow the path
I
tomorrow.
get one spell slot
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
so
and
I
what
got
did
one
what
spell
did
slot.
she call the woods again?
The forest of.
Damn it.
Lythus.
Thank you, Lythus. I knew I wrote it down in there. I
Fucking
also have that
bugbears.
written down here. Forest of Lythus.
So here's my question. This is an important question. Because
How
of...
quickly does Alaros steal the book from you?
No, not that. He has
Okay.
the book, not me, so I don't care.
I already have it.
This match. Hang on. Ooh, look at
Me
this.
too.
Ooh, pictures.
What?
So because of the time of evening this takes place, and spells and whatnots for those who need more than a short rest.
We're not going to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay.
I was
Mostly
gonna
because
Broken
it's the
mechanic.
middle of the night, you sleep half the day, you're good.
Yeah. I was going to say, do we leave later, or do we just
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
one more
you
day?
Love a nice
Leave later,
brunch.
that's all.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna want to take a look over this journal before we head out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll
I
take
mean,
an extra day or something.
Most of the locals get up when the dawn comes. That's about 6 in the morning, give or take. You guys will probably sleep until sometime around 8 or 9
Yeah. All right.
ish, mid morning,
Cool.
basically.
I would offer.
You're up at
Yeah.
like 6 because actually you're up at 5 because you're getting ready to do calisthenics.
Hell, I never went to sleep then. Hell, I'm up.
And I do agree with Zio. I'm going to offer our room to both the old lady
And the rest of them.
and to Nadia and whoever else would like to, and we'll take
The
we'll
barn's
take the
not
stables.
safe.
Nadia thanks you, but she's going to stay with you guys. So
Wait, where's...
Otherwise, I help them get settled up in the room.
I don't
And
like this plan. This is not
Grab my
Question.
stuff.
you could probably jam. Let's see, 2 people in the bed. There's
Well-
3 others left. Sorry, 2 others left. Yeah, they can probably sleep on the floor, and I'll be
You can
able to
take
fit
the
in
old
there.
woman. You're about the same age.
The
Actually, you're older.
I
Yeah.
want to ask a question. When
Yes.
the guard showed up, did Nadia rush for her helmet?
No,
Okay.
she did not.
Oh.
The guards busied themselves with taking away the dead goblins and separating out the dead caravaner so that they can preserve the dead caravaner to go back with the rest of the people who will be returning to the caravan tomorrow. Sarabina is not one of those. She'll be staying in the orchard.
I do give her like a few gold pieces to help her get started in her new life.
She pats you on the cheek. It's all right. I'm not completely destitute.
Hey, still
It
sucks.
is appreciated greatly. Thank you.
Still doing it.
Her husband was a wizard of some power.
Hey, she just had all her shit burned down.
Yes. She still has one or two trinkets.
Oh, I bet. But
She's not rich by any means anymore.
well,
but
now she has 5 more gold.
she can stay for a couple of days. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, how much did you give her? 5 gold?
Yeah, 5 gold.
That's a good stay. That's a couple of weeks, anyways. At least
Yeah.
until she figures out what she's doing.
Also, we don't know how long we'll be gone, so I need to make sure she's able to stay and not worry about it.
It's like the grandmother you never had.
Yeah.
Till, how come you never had a grandmother?
I just found the kid.
That's a good question.
And
I walk away pondering this.
And who the fuck knows where my parents are? I assume at least one of them is not dead.
Probably a good assumption.
Maybe both of them are still alive. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There was a war. You
You
never
age
know.
humanish, so
Yeah.
So we studied the book and the map. There's a clear path. We are in Haverhill Orchards, correct?
yes.
Orchards.
Pass to him now.
Yep.
Yes, it has passed.
Oh, well,
I've stayed
fun
away
fact.
from trying to predict say it.
Today, as a podcast recording day for Bill and I, I've just been fucking upwards like all day.
Yeah.
So do we
Tyler,
have
once
this
this
map?
gets a chance to
Yes.
take a look.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have this map. We're here. There's this wood, Thornwood, and a
Okay.
keep is labeled, apparently.
Correct.
First of all, have you heard of Paristan?
Corvin, you can also give me an
He's a wizard.
check.
So
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. What kind of check?
Intelligence, please.
Intelligence.
So,
I don't know crap.
10 on the Paris.
Parasan? No, you've never heard of him. He's a human.
Okay.
If he's a human wizard, you didn't really pay attention.
9.
That's fair.
9.
You know that Thornwood Keep is where the Baron lives.
Oh.
This sounds interesting. The Howling Woods.
So, why don't you give me a roll on that?
Okay.
Or Forest of Lithus, maybe?
And you can add
23.
every single plus you have for that.
23.
Excellent. So, the Forest of Lithus was an ancient elven keep at one point, thousands of years ago.
Magic.
It's way back, even it's ancient history, even to your people. Is how old that is.
That shit's old.
It fell to darkness long before even the oldest living elf was born.
So it's a legend among them.
Correct. There's always been legends about old elven magic that might be left over in there. But for whatever reason, the king of the elves has never sent anyone to try and reclaim it.
I'm underlining severely on old elven magic. And put an exclamation point there.
Do you have a highlighter? You should highlight it.
I do not.
Do you
I
want
don't
one?
need such things.
Okay. So there is there's a very definite road that leads to Thornwood Keep. After that, it's wide open area. That path that is on the map from the journal is obviously not on most maps. Meaning it's not actually a road. It's probably just at best a footpath.
So
If
the
it's even
starting
there.
point is Thornwood Keep.
Would probably be the best place to start from.
Okay. Well, The bear knows this one anyway.
Also, exactly. It's in his domain. There's a good possibility he might have information.
Yes.
So I say we start there.
Yeah.
To the keep.
All right.
Coconuts.
Well,
Coconuts.
yes, because you're back on foot now.
Where's
well,
my
you
trusty
only
steed?
had the horses you had before were loaned to you.
Yeah.
So
What about
unless you're
my
going to
horse?
buy a horse,
I think we can
Well,
afford
we
horses,
could probably
right?
afford one.
Yeah.
let's see. Can you? Can you?
I was a cavalryman. Where the hell did my horse go?
Batman, you say?
I ate it.
Batman. Yeah, you had to leave when you took your leave of absence to become an adventurer. You had to leave your horse with.
Where's my donkey then?
If
We
not,
don't
I'll
have a donkey.
hire a peasant and give him coconuts.
Do you want to hire a peasant to carry you?
Hodor?
No. Filthy peasant. Filthy peasant hands.
Hold the
No.
door. Fuck
Filthy
you.
beast.
I've seen this.
But
shit.
if I have him hold the coconuts, then I don't have to clap the coconuts to
So-
pretend I'm riding a horse.
Horses are very expensive.
Ooh.
A horse that is trained to take a rider is 75 gold.
Okay.
We don't.
A horse that is just a big dumb animal to pull a wagon or a plow is 50 gold.
I'll take my
So
military
yeah, people
horse.
are like, leveraging their farms to afford the horse to pull stuff.
I mean, unless we steal them.
The
But
donkey, however, is 8 gold.
no.
Those we can afford.
Fuck
I
no.
can afford the military horse.
Well, fuck you. Our
The
group
military
treasure?
horse?
Oh, yeah.
No. Unless you have 400 gold.
The
sitting in your
well-trained one,
pocket.
then.
There you go. The riding horse.
Yes.
Yes.
I can afford a donkey.
Well, I'll take the well-trained horse.
The party.
The party.
Okay.
The party can also, the party can actually get like 5
Bit and
donkeys.
bridle will cost another 2 gold.
Okay.
I mean, that's like all our
And
gold.
77.
a riding saddle will cost another 10.
87. I have a gold left over.
There you go.
Well, one.
I've got
Well,
25
what,
gold
no
pieces on my
saddlebag?
hand.
Take it out of the party thing. I'll get a donkey.
All right.
I don't
getting
have
one?
much.
Because
Saddlebags
also,
are like
he's
4
going to be on
gold.
horseback. We need
They're
Yeah.
expensive.
to be keeping up to some extent.
Yeah.
But you now own all this.
Fine. I'll take a
good.
damn donkey.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna buy 3 donkeys with the and you know what, Nadia, if she doesn't have her own horse, she can.
Have
We'll
a
buy one
donkey,
for her.
too.
If she doesn't have her own ass, we'll get her one.
Dead ass.
Well,
Well, first of all, did we talk to Nadia yet?
That's a
is
good
she
point.
even coming?
she's been sitting
Yeah.
with you while you've been discussing
Okay.
your plans.
I think it
so
was
she's
just
right there.
assumed that she was coming with us.
Yeah.
Well, that makes an ass out of you and me.
Not really.
Oh, dear.
I'm a wizard. I'm smarter than you.
Wow. How much
But are
did
you smarter
guys
than the
get when you
ass?
divided the?
What?
How much was the share of the stuff that you kept?
We have 40 gold in the party and treasure, and 1,099 silver pieces left over.
Okay. So, she does suggest, while a riding horse would be nice and comfortable and everything, if you buy one horse and a wagon, wagons are like 35 gold, buy one draft horse for 50 gold, so it's like 85 gold.
It's fucking genius.
That would be enough to carry all of us. And
I could pull mine
anything
in
we
there.
happen to find
Well, we got
that we want to take
over
with us.
1,000 silver.
Yes, let's
Yeah, but
let's
we
do
only have
that.
40 gold.
We should
Isn't
do
that
that.
50 gold?
1,000 over
1,000
1,000 silver is
silver is
100
100.
gold.
Oh, that's right. I'm going too far.
Not 10.
Yeah, too many.
I went way too far down.
You were
Yeah.
thinking copper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
I'm
I
still going to
think
have
that's
my
a better
horse,
plan.
though. Because
Oh, you're a
I'm
cavalry
actually
man.
trained to,
Yeah, I don't know that I'd trust myself riding anyway. So
That's a good point. I'm
definitely don't
probably
trust him
terrible at it.
riding.
Well, I'm probably awful at it.
You'd pick it up at some point.
She is also
probably.
spending 5 of her own gold to get another healing kit.
Just wish I
Also,
had Phantom Steed.
so after that, what's left, we should divvy it.
So we've got
So how much did all that cost, Baker?
So 850 for the horse and the wagon,
Silver.
as in silver.
850. That leaves us with 299 silver pieces and 40 gold.
299 silver. She tosses a silver into the pot. Now it's 300. We can divide that evenly.
She could
I keep my 19 silver.
You can do that.
Hooray for
That's
nice
60
DM,
to pay the
easy
ferryman.
math.
That's 60. Baker.
No, to get booze.
Yeah.
By
Well, we
5
need
is 60.
provisions.
So 60 a pop for silver.
Okay.
And the
That's
gold
for Electrum, isn't it? Damn it. Freaking Electrum.
is 8 each.
Okay. Yeah. See? Much more.
33.
Now you can afford saddlebags. They're 4 gold.
What else you got? Bring it. Come on.
I don't know. What else do you
How
wanna
much your
buy to
fuzzy
put in
dice?
Do you have a lead line?
Yes.
Mirror, perhaps.
What the frick do we need a mirror for?
He does have a. He does. He did buy a bit and bridle for the
Okay.
horse. You're going to have to also buy a bit and bridle for the
2 gold.
draft horse.
Yeah.
2?
They are 2 gold.
I'll take that out of mine.
All right.
If you want to buy any extra food, extra supplies, you have a wagon.
We should get probably a couple days,
Yeah.
considering we don't know how long this is going to
The
take.
good news is, where's the map?
It's right here.
We just have to make it to the keep first.
So, well, the good news is, here's the thing: the keep isn't that far.
Yeah.
Each square is a mile.
Ah, perfect.
You could probably have walked there in a couple hours.
So we'll
Yeah,
be there.
9 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 hours.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
And 12 miles to the edge of the forest
Yeah.
after that.
So it's mid morning already.
I buy a bottle of apple brandy.
Yes.
Good choice. The bottle of apple brandy will cost you 10 gold.
Whoa.
It's
Never mind.
Good
It's
stuff.
a bottle.
Yeah.
So light shopping.
Yeah. Well,
So you do some
Yeah.
light shopping, and then
basic
sometime around noon,
provisions, water.
get moving.
Some food for
Get
the
a cask of
horses.
water, so we have that. No.
You get moving. Till, why don't you roll a d20 for me?
14.
So it's about noon when you leave Heverin's orchard behind. Doesn't take too long to reach Thornwood, the Thornwood itself. It's an okay day. It's still spring, so things are slowly warming up. Plants are growing. The trees themselves are starting to sprout leaves. There is the Thornwood is mostly more northern type woods, birches, oaks,
Temperate forest.
exactly, and a lot of thorns. They managed to keep the road itself from becoming overgrown, but otherwise you step off the road and you're stepping into thorn patches every other step. After about 3 hours or so, you see the keep before you and you approach it. Keep doors are open during the day, and it's now middle of the afternoon.
And we've saved people in the town twice now, so just saying.
You're hoping to use your name,
Kind of a
Yeah,
big
at least to
deal.
gain entrance.
I can
Yeah.
at least use my military rank to get us in there.
Yep.
These are the Baron's men. Not a part of the same military service, but they are familiar with you, and at least you
Yeah.
are a former member of a
Of the King's Cavalry.
royal
Yeah.
army. So
Yeah.
there's not that much,
Which means
aggression
there's
between the royal army and the local baron army. No, not at all. They don't compete at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's probably a handful of people who are super impressed with you because, wow, you're in the Royal Army?
Yeah.
And then there's the ones who'd be like, "Pfft, those assholes.
Please. They sit on their asses all day and just sit on the road.
Well, we do the real work.
We do the
Why
real
do you
work.
think I'm not with them anymore?
Touche.
Touche. So,
To trudge.
To blade.
you do reach the gate with your wagon and your horse, and the sergeant at arms that is manning the gate with a couple of other guards. While the gates are open, they do stop you, of course, because this time of day, while there are people returning to... Actually, there's more people on the road heading back towards the orchard than are heading towards the keep. The keep itself, from the outside, is an old place, from the looks of it. Well-weathered. The standard of the Baron flies on a post over the main castle itself. His symbol is the Northern Star. Black with a silver star, of course. Not the Night Star.
Not the Night Star.
Correct. So the sergeant stops you. Says, "What business have you come on to this keep?"
We would like to seek an audience with Baron Thorn. We're the group that dealt with the situation of the kobolds by the orchard.
Ah, the caravan attack. Please. I'm sure... exactly is the title. I'm sure his lordship will be more than happy to speak with you when he has a moment. He invites you into the courtyard. And then sends one of the other soldiers to go and go and inform the Baron.
We shall wait.
Your wait isn't too long before the soldier returns. Speaks briefly with the sergeant. The sergeant says, "We will take care of your horses for you and see that they're stabled for the evening.
Thank you.
You've made it just in time for dinner anyways, so please."
Excellent.
Very well.
So, you're allowed into the at the door to the keep itself. The soldier hands you over to one of the to a page, young kid about 10 years old or so, and he's just like wide-eyed watching mostly you, Alaros, but once he notices that you have pointed ears as well, he's wide-eyed watching you as well. Till doesn't say much. Just says, This way. And he leads you inside, and before too long you're brought into the grand hall that serves pretty much as the welcoming hall, eating hall. It's not the biggest keep in the world. As I said, it definitely has that feeling of having stood here for generations. It is not terribly well staffed either, looking at it. You see more guards than you see actual servants working here. The Baron is sitting at a table that is actually behind the reception table, and he gets up when he hears you approaching. He is, again, dressed in heavy plate armor, even though he's in the middle of his own home. "Greetings and well met again."
I bow.
Same here.
Yep. Salute.
That leg stretched, deep bow.
The
Thank
deep
you,
leg
Ichabod
stretchy
Crane.
bow.
Yep.
Mine is formal, but less showy.
Yeah.
It's called a curtsy.
Well met, my lord. Did your men tell you about the incidents of last night?
There's been another incident.
Yes,
There
with a
has.
creature named a bugbear. Got to
Some
study it
goblinoids.
extensively.
2 of them.
After the battle, of course.
Bugbears and goblins.
Yes.
That is...
And as the scholars have posited, they actually do not have poison in their fangs nor a breath weapon, which is, I find, odd. However,
I see.
They-
Good to know.
my apologies.
The ones who attacked
You're
last
excited.
night have been dealt with. Though, between them and the hobgoblin we found as a captor of the kobolds, it seems that their advancement on this region is more prominent than we initially thought.
They made it past patrols and attacked the stable directly.
Yes.
What were they after, did we know? Or was it a scouting mission? Was it a random occurrence?
Doubtful.
Seems like they were searching for information. Somebody
Yes.
heard something about a forest nearby.
Thornwood Forest or the Howling Forest?
Ah, that one.
That one.
Though I don't think that was the name they used. I don't
Yes,
speak
the
Goblin.
Forest
so.
of Lythis.
Forest of Lythis. I'm not familiar with the name.
It is, among my people, it is a legend of sorts that we hear as children. This place exists where ancient elven magic may be long ago fallen to darkness, And that is how the tale is told amongst the elves.
He nods, doesn't say anything one way or the other concerning elves.
If it were true that they were looking for something in the elven ruins, if they do in fact exist, then it would be very powerful and very dangerous magic to fall in the hands of the wrong people.
Which goblinoid certainly would be. And is
Indeed.
that why you're here?
It is. We have reason to believe that the what are they called? The Howling Woods.
Howling Woods.
That the Howling
Like
Woods
this.
may be the forest from the legend, and we are here to investigate. And we were hoping you could give us any information you had that would aid us on our journey through them.
He thinks about it for a few moments. It's been a while since I have traveled to the Howling Woods. It was not exactly a ground for good hunting, let's just say. There were fell beasts in there, even in my youth. Rumors, mostly, of course. I couldn't point to anyone and say this man has been in the woods and has seen these things, but we have seen the presence of large creatures. Some might say that claw marks on a tree were bears. Others have suggested that it belonged to something larger. I know not. I've only seen the claw marks.
Perhaps a dragon.
Or a bugbear.
Easy, boys. Easy.
The bugbear joke's dead.
No,
We
the
fought bugbears.
Oh, right.
We discovered them. They're actually
Unicorns.
just large goblins.
Unicorns.
That's it.
You are, however, welcome to look through our library. It's not the largest library, unfortunately. We are not the royal family, of course. But if we have any information about the Howling Wood, it would be in there.
Ah, good.
I will make sure Titus makes it available to you. He turns to the page and sends him off for whoever this Titus is. Given the lateness of the day, I'm assuming that you were not planning on venturing into the wilds during the night,
Oh, no.
Or
That
making
would
camp
be
somewhere.
foolish.
especially with goblins patrolling about.
Hmm.
You are welcome here. I will have a room made available for your party Yeah, you know Nadia is once again wearing her
Full
helmet
helm.
as far down on her head as she can, and is standing slightly behind the elf. You're taller than she is.
That's true. I am.
We have simple fare for dinners here, but you are more than welcome to join us, of course.
Thank you.
If you want to give me another, Corbin, if you want to give me another intelligence check. Bits and pieces of things you know about local nobility and whatnot.
18.
Till, you can also make a history check as well. You're a little bit more traveled, and you're a bard.
17.
So, the things you guys do know about the House of Thorn. The Baron was married for a while. She died about 10 years ago, give or take. Sickness. She did, however, bear him 2 children. A daughter. Her name is Abigail. Abigail Thorn currently serves in the Queen's Guard. The Queen has her own set of bodyguards. It's a bizarre thing because A, the Queen has her own guard, and B, they're all female. The King... The stories that Corvin has heard is that the previous king thought it would be amusing. And the Queen Mother managed to impress upon her son, who took the throne after his father's death, of course, to continue the tradition of allowing the queen to have her own guard. The Baron's son is still in residence here at Thornwood Hold. He's late teens. He's not quite ready to step into his father's footsteps yet. And that's a very brief history of the family Thorn. The family Thorn has been around pretty much since stories of the family Thorn go back to the founding of the kingdom itself.
Right.
They've been pretty much right there with the king the whole time. The Cassidans. There we go. The royal family.
Right.
So he has another page. Show you guys show your group to a room that you'll be staying in for the evening. It's a simple enough room. They actually drag in like an extra bed for the fifth member of your group. And you can at least, relax. They bring in basins of water for you to clean up.
Wonderful.
So we have access to the library, yes?
Yes. A page shows up shortly after you're shown to your room to lead you to the library. Who is going? All of you? None of you?
Now we're doing dubstep.
Thunder.
I thought that was. I'm like, what the hell?
Thunder sounds in the distance.
Okay, then. I'm going.
Anyone else besides Alaros?
It's not my scene. I'll make myself available for anything that they need help with at the keep. I'm used to a military lifestyle, so
I'll go
won't
with
bother
him.
me.
I'll go with him and look. I'm not super.
They seem to be stretched kind of thin as it is.
Stop it.
I'm not super into books, but I might, look at a few things and help him as best as I can.
Okay. And Till?
Is Nadia planning on going with them?
You can see Nadia is thinking deeply. Decides, no, I'm a little tired. I'm just gonna rest here for a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to stay behind with Nadia because I think it's finally time to talk about this because I know she's hiding something and I don't want us to accidentally mess that up for her. So I think at least one of us needs to know what's going on.
Or for her to get us killed with her lies. I'm saying it could happen.
It could happen, yes.
You've never had to be a half elf.
Nope.
Sometimes you have to lie.
I know.
God, you're selfish. Okay.
Selfish looks down his nose at the rest of you.
It's rather long, so it's...
Yeah, I see that.
Corbin,
yes.
the Baron only has about 20 men in service under him as guards. So yeah, they are a little understaffed.
Yeah.
Considering it's a decent-sized area. Most of the other lords and barons have a significantly larger guard than him.
Yeah.
Since the death of the previous king, his apparently is somewhat on the outs with the royal family. Funding,
Yes,
dried up.
money.
Yes.
So yeah, they definitely welcome your assistance in chopping wood, manual labor, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But
Pulling my weight.
and of course they all ask you about what happened with the kobolds.
Yeah.
There was 50 of them.
And there was this fucking skunk.
There was
tell
actually
them
a
about the
good
skunk?
number of
Dear God, do
kobolds.
tell
There
them
might
about
have
the
been
skunk.
close to 50 total.
There was a few, yeah.
There was 500 of them.
Till,
Yes.
you have chosen to stay behind with Nadia, who is looking through her pack right now at her options.
And no one else is around? No pages or anything?
Correct.
All right. Do you want to do the scene or are you moving on to
Um,
set their scene first?
No, well, we're on you at the moment, so let's stick with you.
All right. Nadia, I've noticed that in the presence, especially of the Baron and his men, you have chosen to hide your identity. Now that is your business, but if we slip up and it manages to hurt either you or anyone else in our group, it would be unfortunate. I would like to know what's going on.
When you first start talking, she gives you this look that is reminiscent of an old hunter's trick that you've heard about, where they will take a torch and shine it in the eyes of... they'll take a bullseye lantern and shine it in the eyes of a deer. Reminds you pretty much like that. You can almost see, like, thoughts working quickly. This is... and, I'm not very good at deception, she says. She admits.
It's fair, but I understand it is a necessity sometimes in life.
I might have met the Baron once or twice. He might think that might possibly be someone who is on the run from their mother.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, I had that thought a while ago when he talked about the other stuff. But we're not there.
More father, really, but... Alright, so... My mother was a lady in waiting to the Queen. As a lady in waiting, that means I'm a member of a noble family. At least until I heard the voice of the Divine Mother, who, hand on top of my head, I have not come up with a name for yet.
Insert divine name here.
Yes, insert divine name here. Yeah, she started basically she's telling you she started hearing voices that prompted her to run away from her noble family.
I hear voices too, it's okay. Wait, I'm not there.
The message of the Divine Mother has...
Not the same kind
urgent.
of voices.
Father didn't really
Appreciate
trust
it.
the voice of the Divine Mother. And so I had to sneak out. The Baron is a good man. And his reputation more than suggests that if he realizes who I am, he will send me back to my parents.
Because he's a man of, and I air quotes, duty over his own personal morals. You guys are fucking 6 years old.
Duty.
Moral obligation.
Over there mouthing about fucking shit.
Duty, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Mother always had high praise for the Baron. Very high praise. Just...
His family has a long history with
correct.
other nobles.
And even with his current sentiment towards the current king, he would still send me back, I think.
Uh-huh.
Not unless I had a better story than I heard a voice that said to come here.
You would think these military types would understand the idea of a calling.
Well,
You're not there.
You're not there.
You're
Yeah.
not there.
I had a calling.
Now, because of this, I do need to know, is Nadia your actual name? Or...
No. Well, yes. I mean, Nadia is a shortened version of my middle name, and my last name is not Dane, but...
There's no need to reveal this at this time. That's only more ammunition for someone to slip up. how often was your middle name used? Was if we say Nadia around the Baron, will that spark a...
I don't think so. I never went by my middle name until I left.
Okay.
It was, I would imagine, was used on my birthing day, and of course, when I turned 16 summers. But otherwise, I don't think anyone really has paid much attention to it outside of a few scholars.
All right.
I'm sorry for putting you all in this kind of a predicament. I've been trying to think how to get through dinner.
Well, you were quiet in our initial meeting. We could... No, that would cause concern for them if we tried to pass you off as sick. We'll think of something. Because obviously you can't really wear your helmet through dinner.
No, I was kind of panicking about that. To the point of she looks at the dagger that she had taken out of her backpack. I think I'm going to have to do it.
What?
What kind of half rogue are you?
Frickin' Barg are you?
The kind who at some point became comfortable with themselves and said, "Fuck disguises. I don't give a fuck what other people think."
It's called costuming.
Which has cost you a few jobs.
Yeah. Well, I have costumes, but most
So do I.
costumes, when you wear it, people can still tell it's you. That's how you get your name out there.
So,
I'm not playing a typical bard.
Apparently.
Nah, he's got an attitude. It's cool.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I have strong principles, and I stick by them.
God damn your flaws. Some would call it a personality trait. I call it a flaw.
Ah.
You will need to be unrecognizable during dinner.
Now this is going to a dark place.
she has some idea.
Disguise kit 101. Pencil and the mustache.
Yeah, I have a disguise. I take out some glasses with a big nose and mustache.
In the meantime,
Takes the ponytail and just drapes it across
the
her lips.
page takes Zio and Alaros to go see Titus. Not the guy from Final Fantasy. You reach the library. Well, like most libraries, it is filled with books. It is not, as the Baron said, it is not the biggest library you've ever seen.
Seen bigger.
It's barely the size of this apartment, meaning it's maybe... It's a medium-sized chamber.
40 by 15.
Titus is a man a few years older than... maybe a decade or two older than the Baron himself.
So I'm older than him, too. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, he's a human.
You old man.
Use spring chicken.
He is dressed in simple clothing, of course, just like everyone here. Not long robes or anything, but pants, tunic.
No, I'm happy that he has pants on.
Yes,
That's good.
he has pants on today. He intends to fight evil. No.
Excellent. You should join us.
Just a massive group of NPCs.
To the point where our characters don't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
We are
The goal
the
of all player characters. Just send 2 or 3 of the NPCs to go deal
At
with
which
that
point
attacking
we
bad.
become NPCs.
Yep.
And
And then become the NPCs that we proclaim.
Greetings.
I heard you
Says-
like NPCs, so I put NPCs in your
In your
NPCs.
NPC.
Titus greets you as you enter the library. I see you are the travelers that I have been told I would be receiving. Yes?
Yes.
I'm Titus.
Indeed.
Alaros.
See ya.
A pleasure to meet you. I was the tutor for his lordship and his daughter and his son. Our library is not as expansive as one might find in Eridan's seat. That would be the name of the capital city. Yes, we came up with one.
Yay. I'm trying to look my fanciest, by the way. Hands behind the back. Like, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, with your headband.
Yep. I have my headband on.
I have pulled out one or two histories of the local area. It's mostly folkloric, I'm afraid. But they do speak a little bit about the Howling Woods. Named for some creature that lives in there and howls at night.
Ah, but there is always a kernel of truth in every folklore.
Well, unfortunately, the Baron hasn't been able to spare anyone to go and check out the veracities, and I'm a little bit old to be wandering around a forest. Of course, not as old as you, Master Elf, but...
Yes. Well,
You're only as young as you feel.
those books you've set aside.
Yes,
May we-
right this way. And on the room's singular desk, there is a couple of journals and books that he did set aside. He's got like 2 of them anyways he's managed to look at in the brief time that he's had since you've been here. And he's put like bookmarks in relevant passages. You may make a history check with advantage.
Ooh.
25 total.
Is that all?
So, you read through for about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. There's a lot to go through, but a lot of it's not really pertinent. Some of it's not even... you can tell reading it, like, it's like, okay, that was a drunk farmer relating a story about something that has been at his cattle, probably wolves. And not some arcane creature with a face like a bird and the body of a bear. In the background, if you were watching this, Corvin just threw his hands in the air and said, "Yes! Yes!"
I will be.
I find the most not related, but if I could find some way to convince him it's related book and bring it over like I found something very important at some point in this encounter, just once.
You can give me a deception check on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Math. 12.
Alaros, he brings you a book with stories about bird people
Oh, God.
and their ability to mimic the sounds of things, including things that howl.
What if there are bird people in the forest? Just think
I
about
suppose it's possible.
it. Bird people howling.
Bird people in the forest mimicking the sounds of howling creatures. It's
I
interesting.
mean, what better way to keep travelers out if you want a forest all to yourself with ultimate magic inside?
Well, I mean, bird people would be one approach, but it seems odd.
I'm going to put it in the maybe pile.
Yes.
I've started
do that.
piles, by the way.
You turn around, this like 9 book stacks. She's like,
What? Geography from lands in other parts of the kingdom, a geography of the ancient empire that...
I let him walk away thinking he had done something
books on
great
tax code.
and given me some amazing information.
There's a not actually relevant but I'm interested pile that's like cookbooks.
Yep.
I
Till
throw
might
in
want these ones.
a kind of a encouraging, good try. Kind of
Books on
thing.
tax code.
Just tell him to keep looking.
All right, we'll do.
I am proficient with disguise case. I just
Titus,
what you
Master
find.
Titus. Bird people.
I think there was a story, but it didn't really seem relevant to the Howling Woods since they're actually from the old ancient empire, but
Ah, okay. Well, there was some passage I read that said that these birds can mimic the sound of howling creatures.
according to folklore, that sounds accurate, but again, their stories were never of them around here, just of the land over the ocean.
The kernel of truth may not be in the location, so much as the creature that is there. It is folklore, so a good percentage of it is not real. Or told by drunk farmers, and
You
which
never
I
know.
found in this section. It's quite entertaining.
That's the problem with anecdotes.
Yes.
However, what
Anecdotes
you
and
Alaros
anecdotes.
have found, and somewhat more reliable, there are stories of bird-faced bears, yes. There are also a lot of stories of monstrous eight-legged spiders the size of wagons living in the woods. In fact, there's a good section of the woods that seems to be nothing but just their webs everywhere.
When he
Yeah.
mentions this, I
According-
trip over my pile. I rolled a die. I tripped.
You what?
Holy crap!
Wait, the fucking what?
Zio, books fall
everywhere.
all over the place. Books flying
You say
everywhere.
shit about spiders.
Yes, giant spiders. Just imagine what you could use their webbing for.
That sounds wonderful.
And the anatomy of the creatures must be amazing.
You should take one
Especially the
apart.
pincers.
When you
Who let the fighter in the library?
The,
I'm delivering firewood. Shut up.
We have books for that. I mean, no,
Tax code.
that's what
when
that
you
pile's for.
cross-reference the map from Parastan's journal with the stories about the webs, it looks like the path that he took led directly into that webbed area.
About where?
That's wonderful.
Like here? Or was it like earlier? Sorry.
Let me see the map.
Give it to me.
Smarter if I do that. A large area, about 2 miles in radius, right around where the X was.
Oh, excellent. X marks the spot of
Excellent.
death.
Uh-huh.
Would you get a 25?
Yeah.
The stories about the spiders seem to indicate that they, well, despite the nature of spiders, to extend themselves further throughout the forest, something seems to be keeping them in that one area. But since it's been hundreds of years since anyone has actually tried to go that far into the Howling Wood, no one can really explain what.
We are just the fools to do it.
The last group of people that went into the Howling Wood to look at this about 230 years ago, one man was found from it, having crawled back to Thornwood Keep,
It's a long way to crawl.
sick with poison, with spider venom, and quite crazy. He died frothing at the mouth, sputtering nonsense.
I explained that to him. Of course, there's no guarantee that will happen to us.
No.
What if we use the spider web that we find
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
as like a shield? Like we just like coat it. Maybe the pincers can't get through it. I mean, if they can hold a spider.
I would imagine with a normal spider, the tensile strength of the web is amazing for its size.
Precisely, indeed, indubitably.
Does the fighter have to interject here that they wrap them in the web so they can purposefully stab them with the pincers?
I am not the most I'm not good at this part. That's the point.
Titus thanks Corvin for delivering the firewood.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was hand-on-head comment.
Well, this was Spider putting firewood down, going, okay, yeah, okay, you've never looked at a spider web, have you? All right.
I've lived near the city.
Yes, maybe not protecting yourself from the webbing, from the bite of the spider, because the spider actually have mandibles that are very thin and can go through the webbing. But a larger weapon, say a sword or an axe or something like that, might actually find some resistance when it hits the webbing if it's wrapped tight enough.
So you're not suggesting we wear, like, a suit made of
Fighter.
weapons as shields?
What?
When you
Shut
started
up.
with that, when you
Suit
started
made
with
of
that, it
weapons.
sounded like we were like, what if they had like an axe that could stop the pincer? So I'm now picturing someone wearing an axe, like
Nobody
as
said
a
something about
breastplate.
wearing an axe to stop the pincer, so you're not fucking paying attention.
What
the fuck?
I know that my character, that Till is not right there, but I would just like to remind everyone that Zero was raised by Till, who cares more about a cool story than the truth, who is a bard who is skirting by on knowledge by jack of all trades, because that's what I decided to play.
So
So
basically,
patrol where things make more sense.
my encouraging
exactly the full
words
story.
to Zio are basically to just say, like, well, some people are good at research and others not so much. Maybe, I'm sure there's something else that you'll shine
Oh, of course.
at some
See,
point.
look at my stacks.
Someday in the near future.
He points to his stacks that he's knocked all over the place.
And Titus is just looking at the books that have been knocked all over the place, and the stacks of books that haven't been knocked all over the place, none of which have anything to do with the actual subject of the Howling Wood, and is thinking to himself, I have to put all of that away, you shit.
Perhaps with this search for your talent, you should clean up those books.
Of course, of course.
He starts stacking them up again instead of putting them back on the bookshelves.
On the shelves. On the shelves.
Horizontally,
I need to-
not
I need
The
to stack-
shelves.
I need to stack them to carry stacks of books, like the small
Yes.
stacks to then carry
You
to the shelves.
should do that
Yes.
over there.
Yeah. Okay. I love this.
It's great.
I
I
feel
would like to
bad.
add something to what I'm doing. When I'm done with the conversation with Nadia, I would like to, even though I don't have it, I would like to try and scrounge up around the keep kind of a makeshift disguise kit to try and use to help her out. Because I'm proficient, I just don't actually have one on me.
Okay. You may make an intelligence plus disguise kit check,
Alright.
which would be basically your proficiency
Intelligence.
bonus plus intelligence.
Would it have been reasonable for him to get one in town when we bought the wagon?
Not now.
Not likely,
No,
because
because-
he didn't know that he would need it.
Yeah,
That's a fair
exactly.
point.
This is
That's a highly specialized thing.
Yeah.
and,
Well,
and like even if I'm going to have one bought for next session, I wouldn't allow myself to use it now, because like that's just not something that I
yeah.
Yeah.
thought of before it came up.
Yeah. Nope, that's fine.
The math 16.
You do manage to scrounge up enough materials to be able to make the check. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can definitely make the check without disadvantage.
All right, cool. Do you want me to do that now, or
Yes, please.
And so, what do I actually use when I'm doing this?
So
applying it?
that would be, I'm going to say charisma plus.
Sweet.
Plus
Because that would be a
proficiency, yes.
21.
Oh,
Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, and she consented to having her hair cut, which was why she had the dagger out.
No, it
Well,
wasn't
that
for
just
hideous
makes
scarring.
the disguise that much
Yeah.
easier.
Oh, she figured that would have to be the first thing to go. Mind you, she had a considerable amount of hair.
Yeah, when you have a lot of hair, it's
Yeah.
a pretty distinguishable mark.
give her a page cut.
Though one piece of thing, just so that we
Sure.
can kind of pick up with dinner, like what going to dinner, like right there. I'm going to tell the rest of the group that we can't let the like Nadia is trying to disguise herself from the Baron, because it's going to be pretty obvious.
She's okay with letting them know what she told you as well.
I'm going to suggest that we hold off on that we'll talk about it after we leave the keep. The more you guys know, the bigger chance of there being a slip up. The less of us that know, the smoother we can go through it.
So what you're saying is pretend she's always looked like this.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
I should walk back in the room and say, "Oh, who's this?" If I can't pass the investigation check.
I heard like half of that and basically paid attention to the whole "she's Nadia."
Yeah. As far as we're concerned, she's Nadia.
What would it be? An investigation check to check and see if she...
Are you in fact Nadia?
The disguise.
Yeah, would it be a spot disguise?
I actually
would be
didn't even
an
notice that she got her
investigation check to
hair
see if
short
you can
either.
Spot the disguise.
I'm busy reading a book. I
just
was
see.
like, yes, her name is Nadia.
Who's that dude?
Holy fuck.
That would be a fail of the investigation check.
Hold on. I want to see.
I rolled a
18.
4.
Wow.
I'm not doing it because
You're
my
used to
nose is
seeing
still
his
in a
work.
book. So
I rolled a 19.
Well, ow, Jesus.
Yeah, he's not the brightest apple in the orchard.
Apples are bright?
So did I find another book on bird people? Because that's totally what I'm reading right now. Like
No,
when they
just that
they say
first
the whole
one.
thing, I'm just like, yes.
Just that first one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it. He's right, it was a treatise on the old empires.
With Nadia's disguise taken care of and her identity revealed, can the party keep it under wraps in front of the Baron? Did Alrose and Zio get enough information on the Howling Woods? Find out next time on Heroes Play. Heroes Play is a Smiley Face Up production, a subsidiary of Aquil Games, with executive producers Andrew Kelbe and Bill Leetch. Visit aquilgames.wixsite.com/aquilgames for more information.